Alright mates, how's it going? In today's video, episode 20 of Day of the Dragon by Richard A. Knack. Only one more to go after this. Let's go! Deathwing landed, carefully set the wagons down and grinned smugly to himself. This was going brilliantly for him so far. He would need to go back and grab the rest of the eggs though. Alexstrasza was never going to be his to control, or rather bang, but surely one of her eggs would hatch into a viable female. However, as Deathwing turned to depart and grab more eggs, he saw a sickly doddering beast flying towards him.
Tyran, are you still not dead yet? Give them back! And why would I do that? So they can be raised as dogs for those orcs. I would make them true masters of the world. Once more dragonflights will rule the skies and earth. And where is your flight, Deathwing? Oh yeah, they all died for your glory.
The Black Leviathan then hissed,
Come to me, Tyran. I will be happy to send you on your way to oblivion. Krasis?
Ronin's astonishment at the revelation that Krasis was in fact a dragon didn't last very long, because it almost immediately turned to bitterness.
You betrayed me and my friends. Arranged all of this. Used me as a puppet. For which I will always have regrets. You're no better than Deathwing.
That made the Red Dragon cringe, but he then nodded.
I deserve that. Perhaps this is the path he took long ago. So easy to not see what one does to others.
The distant sounds of battle reverberated in the background.
Farisa and Faustad are still back there. And the dwarves. They could die because of you. Why did you summon me here, Krasis? Because there's still hope in seizing victory from the chaos. You and I, Ronin. There's a chance.
The wizard frowned, but said nothing.
You do not reject me out of hand. I thank you for that. Just tell me what you intend. The Orc Commander wields an artifact. The Demon Soul. It holds power over all dragons. Except Deathwing. Why not Deathwing?
Because he created it. Ronin turned to see a beautiful yet ethereal woman standing right next to him.
Isira.
The woman did not acknowledge Krasis immediately. Instead, she continued to answer Ronin's question.
Deathwing created the Demon Soul. For a good cause at the time, so we believed. Believed so much that we did as he asked. Imparted to it some measure of our power. But he didn't impart his own.
Now a random man was approaching, that looked like he had rickets.
Tell him how after the demons were defeated he turned on us. Used our own power on us.
He will hear what he needs to hear, Malagos. No more, no less.
But yes, Deathwing pretended that he had sacrificed as we had. And once he decided that he represented the future of our kind, we discovered the horrible truth.
It was in that moment that Ronin started to realise who he was talking to.
They are who you suspect them to be, Ronin. 2 of the 5 great dragons. Aspects of the world. Isira of the dreaming. And Malagos, the hand of magic. We are wasting time here. Precious time. And that would be a 3rd. Nosdormu, master of time.
Krasis then seemed to draw strength from the aspect's arrival and picked himself up.
You all came? Yes, we've come. But if this takes much longer, then I might perhaps go. I've much to gather. Much to catalogue. Much to babble about. Always babbling. I preferred you when you hardly spoke.
Nosdormu raised a withered yet strong hand towards Malagos, but Isira then came between them.
This is why Deathwing has nearly triumphed.
And the 2 male aspects then backed down and contemplated their navels.
Deathwing almost had us once, but we joined ranks again, and saw to it that at least he would never wield the Demon Soul. We forced it from his hand and into the bowels of the earth. But someone found it for him. He may well have even led the orcs to it, knowing full well how they'd use it. I believe that it suited his plan for Alexstrasza to be captured. She was the only power left that he feared. The orcs and the Demon Soul have weakened her. And now they've brought her out into the open. Not her. The eggs. The eggs? Yes. The last of Deathwing's mates perished in the first days of the war, slain by his own recklessness. Now he would raise our sisters as his own. To create a new age of dragons. The age of Deathwing's dragons.
All 4 of the dragons then turned and stared at Ronin.
What? I believe I know what poor Alexstrasza here desired of you, although it seems he will now not be the one who keeps Deathwing occupied. But I must! It is my duty! It would be a waste. You are too susceptible to the disc. No, you are needed for other reasons. Tyran now fights for his queen, and he will not survive. Alexstrasza will now have need of you, dear Cariel.
Besides, Deathwing is our brother. Only right that we should play with him.
What is it you want me to do? You must take the demon soul from the orc, mortal, and free our sister from his control.
The three aspects then approach Graces, each placing their hands on his face.
The human cannot simply be magicked to the artifact's location, so you must bear him there, Alexstrasza.
The demon soul took much power from us. A little more will not matter.
An aura of green, blue and bronze emanated from the trio's hands into Graces.
I feel renewed. Just pray that it's enough. Now, we must see to our errant brother.
Deathwing roared with triumph. Tyran was dead, bloody and burned to a crisp. However, the Black Leviathan didn't get to celebrate his supremacy for very long because three new adversaries now approached.
Ysera, Nosdormu, and my dear friend Malagos too. It is time to end your madness, brother. I'm not your brother in anything, Ysera. You will not prevent me from creating this new age of our kind. You plan only an age in which you rule. Nothing more. Much the same thing, as I see it. Go back to sleep, Ysera. And you, Nosdormu. Finally pulled your head out of the sand, have you? Do you not recall who is the most powerful here? The three of you will not be enough.
Your time is over. Come, take your place in my collection of things past.
At that, Deathwing just snorted. He was unimpressed.
And you, Malagos, have you nothing to say to your old comrade?
The blue aspect didn't respond with words. Instead, he opened his maw wide and shot out a torrent of ice. However, it didn't do any damage to Deathwing whatsoever.
So be it. They won't defeat him. They cannot. Then why bother? Because they know that it is time to make a stand, regardless of the outcome. Rather would they pass from this world than watch it writhe and die in Deathwing's terrible grip. Is there no way we can help them?
The dragon's silence pretty much answered that question.
Great. Alexstrasza, the artifact. Do you know what it can do? Many things. None of them able to directly or indirectly affect the Dark One, though. How is that possible? How long have you trained in magic, my friend?
Ronin grimaced. Of all the arts, magic probably was the most contradictory. Not guided by the same rules and laws as everything else.
Point taken. Ronin, the Great Ones have made up their minds. By being granted the chance to take the demon soul, you will free my queen. But you will also have the wherewithal to finally crush the last remnants of the Horde. Demon soul can do that, you know. It would take way too long for me to learn how to use it. Not if you have a willing teacher. I'm not one of the 5, Ronin, but I can show you enough, I think. Providing we both survive. Yes, there is that. Now, there's the orc in question. Be ready.
Ronin prepared himself. Alexstrasza was not going to be able to get too near to Necros, not without falling victim to the artifact again, even with the blessing from the aspects. No, Ronin was going to have to use a bit of magic to reach the orc.
Now!
So, Ronin muttered the relevant words and started to float through the air, directly towards its target.
Necros! Human. Wizard. Thought you were dead. Well, you will be soon enough.
The orc then pointed the artifact directly towards the wizard. So Ronin quickly cast a shield spell, hoping beyond hope that whatever Necros was about to throw at him wasn't as bad as the fire golem. But thankfully, as a giant hand of flame shot towards him, his shield held.
Your tricks will not save you from death forever. True, but I only needed it to last long enough to do this.
Ronin then grabbed a clump of dirt from the ground and threw it right in the orc's face, blinding the sod. And then he leapt right at him. However, he kind of misjudged the jump a little bit.
Human scum! I'll kill you!
The orc was still blinded, but lashed out frantically. But a large winged shape suddenly darted past, dropping something that knocked Necros on his ass, and also causing a certain golden disc to fall out of a certain orc's pocket without him noticing. The winged shape then returned, as someone atop it gripped Ronin by the shoulders.
Come on, Let's get out of here.
No, I can't. Not until...
Unfortunately, standing around having a chat had given Necros plenty of time to recover. He now looked pretty frantic, patting himself down like a maniac.
Where is it? Where's the demon soul? What?
Ronin then felt a tremendous weight pressing down on him, and realised his orc adversary was now standing on his chest with his one foot.
Back, elf. All I need to do is lean a little harder and I'll crush your friend like a piece of fruit. No tricks, mage. Give me the disc back and I'll let you live. I don't have it. I thought you did. I've no patience for lies, human. I need it now. Necros!
A look of absolute terror then formed on the orc's face.
You slayed my children! Shit.
And the weight on Ronin's chest was suddenly gone, as was Necro's Skullcrusher. Farisa then ran over and helped Ronin to his feet, and the two of them then stood kind of stunned at the sight of Alexstrasza.
Human, you have my gratitude for finally enabling me to avenge my children. Thank you. However, there are now others who need my aid.
And with that, the Red Dragon Queen took flight, and flew off towards the battle between the rest of the aspects. However, Ronin couldn't help shake the feeling that this wasn't quite over yet. Surely there was something else he could do to aid the aspects further. Some way to ensure they were victorious.
What are you doing?
The demon soul. Necros must have dropped it or something. It has to be around here somewhere. It has to...
Boom. There it was. Ronin raced over to it and picked it up, and suddenly found his head jam-packed full of grand ideas. He could be master of Dalaran with this. No, Emperor of all Alliance kingdoms.
Wizard, what ails ye? Now's not the time to be standing around gawking at baubles.
Faustad's sudden outburst allowed Ronin to come to his senses. There was corruption and seduction inside this artifact. Probably was a bit dumb of him to just run over and pick it up, but at least he knew that now. Ronin then held up the artifact, sensing its tremendous power. This thing was the key to defeating Deathwing. He just needed to figure out how the bloody hell to unlock its secrets.